Palestinian activist HIND SHREYDEH and her husband Ubay are unsure how to tell their children about their arrest by the Palestinian police. Early in July, Ubay was detained ahead of a protest against the Palestinian Authority. The police said the gathering didn't have a permit. When Hind protested his detention, she herself was assaulted and detained.
My 5-year-old boy had always wanted to be a policeman. On his 6th birthday, he asked me for a costume. After he saw the police assault me and release me at 3 a.m., he told me the police are scary. Don't get me that costume.
Hind took part in a wave of protests against the Palestinian Authority that were broken up using excessive force. Some journalists were banned from reporting, others detained and beaten, and a few said they were sexually harassed.
It's unusual for reporters to be wearing flak jackets while covering protests in Ramallah city center. The security forces and Fatah loyalists have assaulted journalists while they were reporting on demonstrations against the Palestinian Authority in recent weeks. The death of a prominent activist while in PA's custody has sparked wide calls for reforms.
A top aide of the Palestinian president apologized to the family of the activist. A good start, says activist Omar Assaf, but he wants justice. He believes the Palestinian Authority is intimidating critics in a way he hasn't seen before.
Unfortunately, the Palestinian Authority performs a security role in its security coordination with the Israeli occupation.
Al Jazeera spoke to Fatah officials who warned the current movement could be used to destabilize the political system pushed by foreign agendas. They added that some journalists are taking part in protests. Recent polls show that the dissatisfaction with the Palestinian Authority is at its highest levels since it was established. Despite the growing anger, the protests aren't expected to expand.
Hamas is refraining from using its base in the West Bank in any organized manner to participate. The reason for this, I think, that's my own reading of why Hamas is staying away from the demonstrations and the expression of anger with the president and the PA, the fear of civil war.
Many political analysts say a street fight is imminent if there's a vacuum in the political system, and scenes like these could spiral out of control if plans for President Mahmoud Abbas's succession remain vague. Nida Ibrahim, Al Jazeera, the occupied West Bank.